Welcome to another Disneyland Hotel Diaries explainer. So, you're gearing up for a trip to the happiest place on Earth, right? It's incredibly exciting, but let's be honest for a second. One of the biggest and most stressful decisions you have to make is picking your vacation home base. Where are you actually going to stay? Well, today we are taking the stress right out of that equation. We're diving deep into a highly discussed property, the Delta Hotels Anaheim Garden Grove. We're going to break down the data, the reviews, and the reality of this hotel to help you decide if it's the right fit for your family. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our game plan for today. 1. Location and convenience. 2. Inside the rooms. 3. Perks versus quirks. 4. The final verdict. We're doing all the legwork, so you don't have to. Welcome to the Delta Hotels Anaheim Garden Grove. Now, on paper, this place looks like an absolute powerhouse. It boasts a very impressive 4.5 overall rating out of almost 3,500 reviews. Even more striking, it currently holds the title of the #1 rated hotel out of 21 in the Garden Grove area. Those are some serious credentials. But ratings only tell part of the story, right? We need to know what's actually driving those numbers.
Section 1. Location and convenience, a golden ticket.
Look, when you're racking up 20,000 steps a day in the parks, location can literally make or break your trip. Now, unlike a property like the Alpine Inn, which we've analyzed before, where the big selling point is a 15-minute walk to the park, the Delta Hotel offers a totally different strategy. Situated in Garden Grove, it's not really considered walkable to the main gates. Instead, the absolute headline feature here is their free shuttle service to Disneyland Park. For a lot of families, skipping the walk and avoiding the absolute nightmare of parking at the Mickey and Friends structure is a total game changer. It offers a structured, reliable way to get to the magic without burning out your feet before you even hit Main Street. Section 2. Inside the rooms. Comfort or just the basics? Because let's face it, after a marathon day of rides and churros, where you crash is incredibly important. Let's set some objective expectations based on the hotel's amenities list. The rooms here are designed to give you the modern essentials you need for a theme park trip. You're getting a room safe to lock up your valuables, a very handy refrigerator for storing leftover park snacks or keeping drinks cold, a flat-screen TV to unwind, and free high-speed Wi-Fi, which is absolutely crucial for snagging those virtual queues or Genie Plus reservations for the next morning. It's a solid, highly functional lineup. And this brilliantly illustrates the vibe of the hotel. The lobby has this very modern, airy, and updated feel with high ceilings and contemporary lounge seating. But contrast that with the actual room furnishings, like the heavy dark wood dresser and TV setup, which feel much more standard and traditional. It's clean and it definitely does the job, but there's a slight contrast between the highly stylized public areas and the slightly dated feel of the room interiors. Let's take a quick pause. Before we get into the really crucial part of our analysis and start breaking down the guest reviews, I want to ask a quick favor. If you are finding this breakdown helpful for your vacation planning, please take a second to subscribe and like the video. It really helps us keep doing this legwork for you. Section 3. Perks versus quirks, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
This is where things get really interesting. We have to take that impressive 4.5 overall rating and impartially weigh it against the specific, sometimes very polarizing experiences reported by actual guests. Let's neutrally stack the facts found in the review data. On the pro side, guests absolutely love the free Disneyland shuttle, the outdoor pool that actually features food service, and the surprisingly great breakfast variety. We're talking fresh omelets and waffles here. On the con side, however, there are real concerns. Guests have pointed out outdated carpets, frustrating maintenance delays, and there are some severe allegations regarding pests and room security. Let's look at what the guests actually said. We'll start with the glowing side of the experience, which honestly represents a huge portion of the reviews. Guest Paul B. noted that the staff were super friendly, the rooms were spacious and comfy, and the location is great for Disneyland. He also highlighted the pool as a nice bonus. This clearly shows that for many families, the Delta provides a fantastic, comfortable, and highly convenient stay. But, even in Paul's highly positive review, he noted a specific frustration. He mentioned that the only hiccup was the toilet in their room. It took asking 3 times before it finally got fixed. This points to an underlying issue mentioned in the data. While the staff is friendly, there are noticeable slow maintenance delays when something actually goes wrong in the room. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark contrast in some of the more extreme reviews.
We must impartially report that there are severe, alarming allegations in the recent review data. One guest reported that their room was robbed, and a police report was filed without resolution from the hotel. Another guest claimed to have found a live bedbug, stating they had photos, but that the hotel's expert dismissed it. In both of these extreme cases, reviewers noted that management's response was either delayed, lacking follow-up, or dismissive of their concerns. As an impartial explainer, we aren't taking sides, but it is absolutely crucial you are aware that these highly polarized negative experiences exist in the exact same data pool as the glowing 5-star reviews.
To balance the narrative, a lot of guests land right here in the middle. One reviewer pointed out that, some updating is definitely needed, specifically calling out the tired carpets in the hallways and rooms. But they followed that up by saying nothing was in disrepair and none of it detracted from a very enjoyable stay. For many travelers, these minor quirks are entirely eclipsed by the friendly service, the great breakfast options, and the overall convenience.
Section 4, the final verdict. Is it right for you? So the crucial point is figuring out the ideal guest profile based on the varied source data. The Delta Hotel's Anaheim Garden Grove is best suited for value-conscious families who want solid amenities without paying premium on-property prices. It is absolutely perfect for park-goers who want to rely on a structured, free shuttle service rather than making a long walk or paying for theme park parking. Finally, it's a great match for travelers who prioritize a great hot breakfast and friendly service over pristine, high-end luxury room finishes.
Which brings us to the ultimate question you have to ask yourself. Is the undeniable value, the excellent breakfast, and the sheer convenience of that free shuttle worth navigating the outdated carpets and potential maintenance quirks for your family's Disneyland trip? That is the ultimate trade-off, and only you know the right answer for your vacation. Thanks for joining us for this explainer, and happy planning!